Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're back in Rime of the Frost Maiden here, right after these four adventurers liquidated a mine, basically, and stole a bunch of kobolds. They headed back to Lonely Wood, to their new place of business, and they are setting that up as we speak. What are you guys doing?
Would you say that we've arrived just now, or like we've been there a little bit and gotten the kobolds acquainted?
Let me roll a dice for you. See what.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we may have some explaining to do to the
Yeah, I'm gonna
to the
say
town.
that you've been
Do I
here.
need?
You've been here for 3 days.
Oh, thank God. I don't have to explain the mummy to them anymore. How did they react to that?
Well, most of them were just kind of like this, just kind of like a dude in a bunch of bandages. Is he okay? Why is he bandaged? But the leader Trex is just like, He was just kind of like, he looked at you funny for a couple minutes, and then he finally noticed that the mummy was like sweeping up with a broom and generally acting like any other tavern owner that he's ever seen, so he shrugged and just went, okay. He already knew you guys were weird.
Yeah.
But most of the kobolds were immediately just kind of like concerned because that's a lot of bandages on a dude. But otherwise, they settled in pretty well.
Definitely been showing them around a little bit, trying to introduce them to the concept of helping run a business, motivating with food if possible. So, trying to remember all their names. There's Trex is the leader, there's Small, there's Scorp, Thwip, Grek, and was there another one?
I believe there was. Let me grab that list of names real quick. Where are you? There you are. Where are all of your... They're your freaking tokens. Okay, so we've got Scorp, Vought, Grek, Trex, Zerk, Small, and Thwip.
Okay, yeah. Good number of them. Alright. It's a pretty healthy little workforce.
Yeah, let me type that in there for you. Trex. Thwip. So, other than that, what have you been doing these 3 days? Just getting your kobolds used to everything? Or...
That'd be Garriman's primary goal is showing all of them around. It's kind of his idea to bring them in.
Yeah, jogging would help.
I think Maximus would also help, but he's also helping to make furniture and things like that.
Cold Silver would probably be a mixture of showing them how to hunt in this area specifically and probably just watching over them.
Jogging will ask if he asks for at least one volunteer who wants to learn how to make booze.
let me see. Who's up for
Can't be
making
small.
booze?
He
Yes.
can't be Small. He's too young.
One,
How do you know?
2, 3, 4, 5.
His name is Small.
He
Vought?
just is. So.
Vought and Grek seem pretty up for making booze.
That's so Greg.
So Grek.
I mean, yeah, Jogging would appreciate their help in like setting up a moonshine still.
Your little awakened shrub is actually weirdly interested in making booze out of its own berries, and you're weirded out a little
Oh,
bit at
yeah.
first, but
Oh no, Joggin, that was his intention from the beginning since we recruited it. He's like, I could make some good hooch out of that.
no, I mean, like, it wants to help you make the booze out of its own berries. It doesn't want to grow.
Get the good, ripe, almost fermented ones right out of the gate.
Yep. It's weirdly excited about it.
Okay, yeah, that is a little weird.
I always wanted to try being watered by my own berries.
Oh my god. Okay. So you've been here about 3 days. You've got a little bit more set up than you did before. And while you were gone, the mummy... shit, what's his fucking name?
Oh,
Another one of those hard to pronounce.
started with an S,
It's elvish.
right? Something? Sandor?
Sandor? Yeah, I think it was Sandor. We'll go with that for now. But Sandor has been has cleaned the entire place, so there's no more like debris from logs or anything that might have been left. He's sanded down some of the rougher corners of the rough furniture that you made, Maximus, and the place looks almost ready to like be an actual inn.
Nice.
Very nice. Right, we'd already discussed the tavern name and already discussed about putting in money for a forge to help get everything
Oh,
made
it's
with a little
Sonar.
bit more quality.
I had to scroll up. It's Summer.
Sonar, okay. There we go.
So now,
There's close there.
Yeah, I could say that with some help and the money that you put in, the forge is on its way to be being built.
Oh, since Joggin is like loaded because of coal, he'll contribute. How much was the forge?
I
It was like-
believe
500 gold, I think, is what was said. I'll have to look in the Dungeon Master's Guide again.
drop. That's how much it was. Drop.
a drop. Yeah, fuck you guys. Clever bitches.
It's currently have 18 of the 100 gold worth gems.
Yep. We've all got a pretty decent amount of gold in our hands, even just individually.
Let me see. We've
I
got
know.
about a basic
37.
smithy. Basic smithy would be 500. Yes.
You got a handful of gold. That's a lot of gold.
Yeah. I've got 512 just in my own pockets.
Would we be
Level
sourcing
3.
that from like Tourmaline since that's a mining town? We could probably like get a discount.
Hmm.
That's a long ways to carry resources.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, getting a basic forge is not that hard. It's when you want to get fancier that it's going to cost you more, and you might have
We
to.
don't- We're level 3. We don't need fancy yet.
Joggin will toss in 200 towards it from him and Cole.
All right. Well, it's my forge, I guess. So I can chip in. So you said 200, 400 so far.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put in the 100. So I'm gonna take away one of my 100 GP gemstones and I have 3 of those.
Okay. Yeah, that's on its way to being built. It'll take a while still. Like, maybe. Let's see here. Got this dice tower, I'm using it.
Go for it.
Maybe a week. And it should be good.
That sounds about right, given conditions.
Yeah, it's, even though it's morning outside, it's still dark. You can only tell that it's morning because of the slightly more light in the dimmer lights in the sky.
Ah, yes, the time of slightly less dark.
Oh yes, Maximus, you probably will get better use out of these eventually than I will. And Joggin hands over the 6 silver arrowheads we got from the tomb.
Interesting. Thank you.
Silver is definitely something you could use in a lot of situations. That's what the men who escorted me up here told me.
Right.
It's good for fighting undead.
Plenty of uses. Jeremy just kind of rubs his hands together, just kind of looking at this slightly more completed space. Nice to have a roof over my head I don't have to pay for. Been a while. It's a good feeling. Didn't think I'd be going into the hospitality business, but take what you can get.
Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen, says Sonar as he's been awoken basically to be an innkeeper. So, as you're setting up your inn and everything, there's any personal goals that you want to get done? Anything that you guys want to do around town or anything like that? Or
Well, Cole's still looking to increase his ability to leather work. But otherwise, he doesn't have any, anything he wants to really do in the town.
Yeah,
Besides
and
what was that?
I was
Sorry,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
yeah, and there's really the only thing I'd like to do right now is I'm not sure if I could get training proficiency in Warhammer here, but
No, they're
that's one of
not here in Lonely Wood. There's nobody here that would be able to teach you that.
They're like a dwarven dominant town.
we have a dwarf.
We have
Wow.
a dwarf, yes.
I am technically proficient in that weapon.
Same.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I do know how to use hammers. Yes, I've used them quite a bit for more delicate work. Can't be that hard. And just takes a slightly bigger hammer and starts swinging it like, how do I know how to do this? This is just like when I took that axe. I'd never used one before in my life, and it's like it was born for my hands.
Taught to build, born to kill.
Okay. Oh, let me see how would I do that.
I am quite qualified to teach you how to use this, Maximus.
If you'll allow it, I understand if you know.
I'll allow it. I'm just gonna have to make you roll something for it. See.
Okay, sure.
Cole has more technical, actual experience with the Warhammer. Can he help?
You can help, and Maximus will have advantage on the roll. He'll have advantage on the roll from Cole helping, and then he'll get a plus from whatever not Jogan, god damn it. Your name is slipping my mind.
Wow.
Gearman.
Thank you,
Man of Gear.
Gearman. God damn it.
Gear Boy.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have an addition to whatever you roll due to both of them helping you. So roll advantage, a d20 plus strength, because I believe that's what Warhammer will use.
Yep.
Okay, so just like a flat strength check.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a save, but still.
It's just probably going
I
to
have
be
the
the same
same
thing.
I have the same modifier. I'm not proficient in saves or throws. So
That would be the
Okay,
same
so-
roll then.
yeah.
Yeah, it takes like a couple days. 3 of those 3 days that you have been spent, introducing the kobolds and everything else. In their spare time, Cole and Gearman have been helping you figure out exactly how to swing this thing. And you think you got it. So if you...
I'm more used to going for like the knees and stuff with this sort of thing, being somewhat of a shorter stature, but so you'll have to swing a bit low compared to how I would, but I think you're getting the hang of it.
Thank you.
And just Cole chips in with it. You are very tall. Swing down and use your weight.
Noted.
Yeah.
Just like hammering a piece of metal, except the metal is somebody's clavicle.
Damn. Right, yeah. I'd say that gets you proficiency in those.
Alright, Sec, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, next time we go into Tourmaline, buying,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure we can go back to that dwarf guy we bought stuff from.
I mean, you could buy the supplies and make one when your forge gets done.
Yeah?
Make one all for yourself, just the way you like it.
Nice.
It kind of makes sense you pick it up pretty fast. You know how to use hammers, you're just using a slightly bigger one.
You just have to use both hands. Okay, so... After the 3 days go by, the speaker of the town comes by to see how you're settling in and everything. And her name was, again...
The halfling lady who
halfling
sold
lady.
halfling-shaped cookies, yes.
Basically. Mrs. Nimsy Huddle, she comes by, and she actually is bringing you some cookies to make sure that you're all, settling into your new place. And also checking out the gaggle of kobolds that have taken up residence in her town.
Welcome, guten Morgen. You're just in time. We're just getting the place about ready. All we really need now is just to commission a sign for out front.
Oh, you found out a name for it. Last time I asked, you didn't seem to have that nailed down.
Inspiration struck us in the head like the beak of a grell.
That's oddly specific, but...
Yeah, just jogging, rumbling from a distance.
Yeah, we decided after a couple of our adventures, some things we picked up along the way, watching the kobolds running around in the bush over there doing bush things.
It's being very bushy. Well, can't argue with inspiration no matter where it comes from.
So soon your humble town will be home to the Boldberry Inn.
Oh, very nice. She kind of writes that down. Goes, well, I'm not sure anybody in town right now can make a sign for you, but I can ask around.
If you can find it as fair if need be. It's not a huge rush. I mean, this is just more of a passing through town. What we need is to find some sort of attraction to make this place on the map, a place where people want to come to.
No.
Do you have any ideas on that front?
Well, I mean, the only real attraction that we have around here is that moose, but, we can't really count on that happening. She just kind of, waves a hand. Oh.
That's
Sarah.
very dangerous. That's a very fatal attraction.
Let me know if that clears up.
Okay. I tried refreshing just to see if that would fix the music. It fixed the music, but then I suddenly couldn't open up my character sheet, so I refreshed again, and now the music and character sheets are both not working. And now the map's not loading.
Wow.
I don't know what I did wrong.
It might be Roll20.
It may not be loading completely. I don't know.
It might be Roll20. We had this problem in a different game for a couple people not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, give it 5 and try again.
So long as you can hear us, we can keep going if need
Yeah,
be.
I can. Yeah, Discord's working fine. It's just Roll20's being a little pain. Oh, whoa. Okay, now things have loaded in. Still no music, but I'll take that over being able to open character sheets.
True that.
Okay.
Okay, good to go.
Well, like, what kind of attraction do you think would, make somebody come all the way up here? We
Hard to
are a
say.
little out of the way.
And I'm from Waterdeep. Attractions are honestly, the quiet would be an attraction for someone from there. But I don't know, some sort of natural thing. I mean, there is that ruin that we fought the crazy lady in. That's pretty and elven and slightly defiled.
Slightly
Some
defiled?
people. Yeah. There's, crazy druid lady in there.
Yeah, I'm glad that you took her out. I hate to think that she's still out there, making more moose.
Yeah, the moose is still out there, along with the regular moose. Is there anything else around the area? Any local legends? Anything that we could stir up the rumor mill with?
See, nothing much around here. Let's see here. The only thing I really knew about was that old, like I said, you said, the old elvish tomb up there. And I don't really know if sending people to a tomb to dig around is such a hot idea.
Yeah, it's a little niche. Yeah, we'll figure something out. This is just one step along the way. Is there anything you require from us, or you just here to say hello?
Just here to see how you were settling in, and what you were gonna be doing next. With the old place.
I think we settled on a direction. As for what's next, well, now that that's sorted, I suppose that is something worth talking about amongst ourselves.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you're doing with the... It's nice to have new people in Lonelywood. She goes, even these kobolds, they're rambunctious, but they're nice little fellows.
Yeah, they are.
It's good to have people, excited again with all of this. And she points out the window that not a lot of reasons to laugh anymore.
Well, they've got somewhere warm they can come, if need be. Our doors are open.
Oh, I think that you guys are the best thing that's happened to this place for a very long time. And she puts the still hot cookies down, on your counter and bids you farewell.
Till next time. And as I turn around, I imagine the kobolds are just absolutely ripping them apart like the raptors in Jurassic Park on that cow.
Yeah, you didn't even notice them coming.
Cole will reach an arm into the melee and try and snack a cookie.
Roll a d20.
Roll a strength save.
8.
You get one cookie.
That's fine, that's all he wanted. It doesn't even acknowledge that they're just going to war over cookies, just, starts munching into his.
I needed to watch my waistline anyway.
Would you like a bite?
9, I'm alright. Hey, so, she does raise a good question. We kind of stumbled into all of this, largely just for the sake of our own progress and survival going forward, but it strikes me that I don't actually know all that much about any of you three yet. And the same goes for me as well in that. Not knowing about myself, I am an open book for myself, but I would like to be for all of you as well. I'm not expecting encyclopedias worth of knowledge, my friend. Just cliff notes.
Are you asking now?
Now or later, yeah. Just,
What do you want to know?
just what you're doing out here. Any goals you might have. I mean, you've all been very helpful for me. I'd like to return the favor if possible.
I am trying to get home to my family, but
my.
due to Fae shenanigans, I am unable to.
Oh my.
That's unfortunate.
Fae
It is the-
shenanigans.
It is the Fae.
Like
A bored Fae decided to interrupt my life.
Fae,
kind of fucked
ominous.
up.
Hmm.
Well, let us know if there's anything we can do to help on that front.
If I learn which Fae did it, I may ask for you to join me in stabbing it repeatedly.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds
man.
good.
Kind of fucked up on someone that takes you away from your home and forces you somewhere where you weren't wanting to be.
I have to admit, you didn't strike me as a family man when I first met you, but that's interesting. That's good to know. I'll do what I
am
can to
quite
help.
old.
Yeah, well, so am I, but
Guess technically I would be called a grandfather.
aw. I'm sure your family's lovely. We'll do what we can to get you back to them, wherever they might be.
They are. I miss hunting with them.
Aw. Family business.
Business? Survival.
Well, I mean, am I right? Yeah. Preach, brother. Well, consider me a little more enlightened about you, Cole. I know a lot more than I did all before.
Well, if you'd like to know more, I will answer. Until then, what brings you here? You're quite the antithesis of everything surrounding you.
Is that obvious, eh?
Just call him right out.
It is true. This is not even remotely the sort of place I would normally call home. I'm from a very large city, quite a few weeks' travel from here. Lots of people. It's so quiet here, I don't even know what to do with myself sometimes. I am, well, I've shared before that I'm in the business of making clocks, originally. I'm working on one to put over the fireplace. Right now, actually. And he holds out that little blue tourmaline that he found that was in really good shape. Going to put this right in the center of it. When it's all finished. Once we get your forge together, looking over at Maximus, could use your help with some raw materials I could make with some gearing. But, until then, I'm here seeking out a rather unique commission.
Oh? What are you after?
Oh, long story. Have you heard of a material called... Every time I asked my usual contacts, they either wouldn't answer the question or got really dodgy about it. Have you heard of something called chardolin?
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. Nobody else seems to have. Yeah,
Is it possible it goes under another name?
that's the only name I was given on the order. Let's just say that I'm not what you'd call like noble in Waterdeep by any standards, but I made clocks for nobles many times over. I was of no small amount of means. But, well, when you're a dwarf, when you reach a certain age, you're struck with certain special urges. You know, just waking up in the middle of the night and suddenly being like, oh man, I've been struck with so much inspiration, I'm just oozing it. And you just run out and start making the shit out of something that you didn't know you could make, and you make something really special, something one of a kind.
Fucker.
Hey, that's actually lore accurate to Forgotten Realms dwarves.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I thought you're aping off Dwarf Fortress. It's like, oh shit, Gamer's gonna go insane. You can't find the material. You just start marking people. Sorry.
Yep. So, I made, it might surprise you, I made a clock. But like a really, really nice clock. Nicest one I've ever made. Didn't even know I could do it. And unfortunately, I used all of the material I was using for a commission that was asking for something completely different, and I didn't have time to get the materials for that order to get it done in time. And when I tried to explain, well, they weren't the dwarfs, they thought I was just using their money for something else, and it did not do my business a lot of favors. And he just holds the little pocket watch around his neck and just kind of starts moving his fingers in a clockwise motion, and you see a little piece of fruit over there on the counter start to, like, Doctor Strange style, age right in front of you at a very more rapid pace. Did get magic powers out of it, though.
Joggin's just like, you're going to be very good at aging the alcohol very quickly.
That is one of my plans, yes. How do you think I got here? Either way, the clock was very impressive, and I thought I was dreaming this, but then, like, when I finished it and when I was looking at it, all of a sudden the room, like, exploded in this burst of light, time stopped, and this giant construct with, like, this giant eyeball in the middle just appeared in the middle of the room looking at my clock. Looked at me, and I could just feel in my head this message, like, hey, bro, nice clock.
Oh my god.
Then it disappeared, and all of a sudden I woke up and I could do magic. Couldn't do that before, so that's neat. Not sure exactly what that was about. Not exactly in the right place to ask about it. That's for later. Either way, I could not get a lot of the business I used to, and I was on the verge of having to close my shop. Then this odd fellow came in and left a very interesting request. Not so much a completed clock, but components requiring clockwork. And one of the key ingredients was this Chardolin substance. They said it was from up here in Icewind Dale. I'd never given much thought to this area before. When I asked my typical contacts about getting some materials from up here, they told me that there wasn't much business coming out of this place. And when I asked them if I'd pay extra and everything else, they refused, said it wasn't safe to travel up here. Well, my shop depended on it, so I took what money I could, closed it down, just paid enough for rent for a little while, and bought and traded my way up here myself, see if I could find it. Met some very nice people on the roadside who took a lot of my money for protection.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you got robbed.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
They said they did
Or at
it
least
safely, but
extortion.
That is a veiled threat.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, that kind of thing happens all the time, and, you know, I assume Waterdeep where you're from, but especially back home in Neverwinter.
oh. I have a lot to think about. Either way, my goal originally was to get to Brinshander, see if I could inquire about that material there, since it's the largest town in this area, and I got lost in the woods. Those nice people, he says with much more disdain than before, they disappeared on me, and I wound up here, almost frostbitten and barely alive, and managed to pay my way into a night at the inn by aging up the cheese and wine the innkeeper had, and the tavern keep had, and, well, that's about when I met all of you.
Interesting.
You
But anyway, I'm not here to regale you all with my personal woes. I'm just hoping to get my shop back. This is just a step along the way to that. It's been quite enlightening. I didn't realize the magic I had was so useful in combat. I've just been using it to age food and keep my clothes warm.
Anything can be useful in combat if you are smart and creative.
And I'm one of those things, I guess.
I never took you for dumb.
Right. Well, so, getting a little feel like I've talked about myself enough. So that's my goal. Going to Brinshander, if we're able to, definitely sounds like something I would benefit from if everyone else wishes to. But of
that was
course,
not too far away, right?
it's a couple towns over from what I heard in Tourmaline. Probably be better part of a day's travel, all things considered.
It's
I can take that.
the DM says that it is 6 hours from Tourmaline, so it's going to be 8 hours from Lonelywood.
Oh boy, this time of year, man, that's like a day and a half of sunlight. So, anyone else feel like sharing any details? Any other personal things we may need to be looking out for? I'd like to help if possible.
Well, I can sort of relate to the experience of doing business with the wrong person. I used to be a smith myself. Not a clockmaker, I just pretty much made anything you could imagine, but let's just say one day I ended up angling the wrong customer, so keep an eye out for any ships.
You say ships?
Yes.
Would they come this far for you?
We're in the middle of a lake. Is it even connected to like a larger body of water? I don't even know. I have to ask about that.
Well, it's probably not the most likely when you put it that way. Just, I don't know. Just keep an eye out.
If ever somewhere where there are ships in the harbor, let us know. We'll keep an eye out for sure.
All right. Thank you. I guess I could elaborate a bit more. Well, as you know, I was a blacksmith, and I made a lot of things, including weapons. And one of my clients told me he was an adventurer. And he commissioned me frequently for a lot of designs. I found out through a tip from the city guard that he wasn't being entirely honest about his business. He was a pirate captain, and I eventually dissolved the business, told the guards what I knew about him, and I don't know if they ever caught him, but I have a feeling he might know. That's all.
That is very unfortunate. Yeah, you have my sympathies, and then some. I've certainly had people try to swindle me in the past.
Wait, now we saw. I mean,
Oh, we did see. We talked to the woman who sold the useless medication.
Yep. He is
Yeah,
not
all
even
the
going to
time.
notice that. He's just going to stare at you with just a question mark over his head. So, Jorgen, what about you?
I mean, like I just said, I'm from Neverwinter, kind of far away from home. I mean, since it sounds like I'm not the only one who's on the run from something, yeah, I'm not exactly here by choice, but more of desperation. Not many people come this far out. And he like, it wasn't anything like bad. I just, and he like frowns and he's like, this sounds like every other like cover story, but it really wasn't my fault. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
All right.
And I got pinched, and fate or happenstance let me have a new chance at freedom, so I'm here taking my chance at it.
You've got sticky fingers, but I've got no reason to doubt you on that. Honestly, those sticky fingers have come in pretty handy.
And he's like, he just kind of like smiles, and he's like, well, he does look a little proud at that, but he's like, but I'm content to I guess live here in the middle of the woods making booze for at least for now. I mean, I've never had this much money, at one time. So far, you all have been a wise investment.
That does my businessman heart good. I'm certainly not opposed to keeping this little venture going.
Oh, there is one new member though, and he like does a little clap, and there's a bubble that pops out in front of him, and then it pops, and there's floating in the air, just kind of like bobbing in the air, is a very colorful, flamboyant cuttlefish.
What is that?
Her name is apparently Ophicoria, and she's my friend.
How long have you known each other?
Like a few days since we got back. Okay.
I did not notice this.
She likes to hide, but okay. And he like I said, you're just probably gonna find out eventually. The whole thing about happenstance and fate, giving me a little second chance at life. I was being shipped off to a penal colony when the ship I was on got caught in a storm, and before the storm happened, I had a dream where I was drowning, and something talked to me, and then the ship sank, and I washed up on shore with some of the other survivors, and I suddenly was able to have these powers that you've seen me use. Before, I didn't have anything. I was completely normal. My hair wasn't even this color.
Huh.
I figured you just for a free spirit.
I mean, I like it, but my hair was like brown. It was just like very normal.
Well, looks over at the cuttlefish. It's a pleasure. You,
The coloration is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Cole is going to attempt to use Speak with Beast to talk to the cuttlefish.
Let's see.
It was, hello there.
And you get a very simple telepathic message, basically mimicking your voice back, but it's in everyone's head.
Oh, that might take a little getting used to.
Hmm.
And then Joggin doesn't speak, but everyone else hears him go, "Oh yeah, I can do that now too."
Oh, right, from that rock we found inside of the mind flayer
Uh-huh.
skull.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to ask that once you get the forge up, either one of you two could maybe make a lantern I could keep it in, kind of dim it if we need to.
It does emit light, yeah. Remember gleaning that about it.
Oh yeah, and it's shining because he is attuned to it.
You sure are.
Well, if you need luck with any finer detail, I'm pretty good at that. Well, thank you all for sharing. That's been very good. I feel like I have a much better understanding of who I'm working with, and I've got no reason not to trust any of you at this point. That's a very welcome thing. I don't think any of you are going to pretend to be my friends and offer to protect me on the roadside in exchange for a small fee with interest.
Why would I do that?
As I said, it was common practice.
I do not lie. If I do not like you, I will draw my sword.
Ed, be sure to keep that in mind. So, would anyone be opposed to making our way to Brinshander so I might inquire about a few things? And maybe we can pick up some more work along the way. It kind of looks over at their gem stash hidden away in their little compartment. They've certainly had good luck with making off well with our ventures.
So Sinner kind of like slides up after he knows that you're done talking. He goes, about that, I don't suppose any of you have an extra weapon?
Oh, yeah. Is there any kind that you prefer?
A sword, short sword, long sword, either one works.
I could probably make one for you.
I just have... He just holds up the spear that he came into town with. This is all I can really spare right
I got
now.
a dagger I don't use.
Either
Got two of
of
them.
either of those would work. It's just that if you're leaving, you're also leaving these. He looks at the fucking stockpile of gems that you brought in.
Yes, it's fair.
I'd like to be able to, stop robbers if that happens.
Just looking at you, I would think that would be a deterrent on its own for the less informed.
You would think that, but I met you opening my tomb.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, Garmin will relinquish his spear.
Thank you. I will.
I could also try to stash, find a good place to stash it that it won't be very easy to find. Got a little experience looking for those kind of places.
That would be preferable until we get some sort of safe.
So should I do like a stealth to try and hide that?
Let me see here. Let me look at your.
Or is that sleight of hand? 'Cause I've got
Right.
criminal background.
Would be
I'll provide
investigation.
aid.
Would be investigation to find a place, or
Investigation to find it and sleight of hand to hide them, I believe.
Whoever's doing it, they've got aid. We all definitely need to make sure that this is in a good spot.
oh yeah.
That is a lot of money that you're leaving with a bunch of kobolds and one mummy.
Probably take some.
Don't forget
of
the
it,
push.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're. Oh no.
Oh,
You can other people can investigate to find a place, and it's just it's just that Jogan's probably the best one to hide it.
yeah.
Yep. We'll just
I mean, my sleight of hand, I'm not actually proficient because I'm not a rogue, but my stealth is good. That's why I was hoping for stealth.
My investigation's not great.
That's
Let's
hiding
try it.
myself.
If we're going with aiding, that's a 20. It's a
Aiding.
really good roll.
You're all aiding each other, basically. You're looking for a good place to hide this because
That's a lot we don't want to lose.
Sinera's brought up a good point. 15 with the aid.
Damn, I'm not. Oh, Funny's not liking me.
You get aid because they're helping you.
Okay. Oh, and also I can have my familiar help action.
Yep.
We are all
You can
currently.
cut around and look.
This is definitely a team effort that's been agreed upon.
Yeah.
So, Gearman points out a fairly good place, like under some loose floorboards, and Jogan, you tuck them in there in a sack, so it's not noticeable by just looking through the cracks, and then you pull a one of the rough cut tables over it.
And I actually have Ophicoria drag it a little bit further under the board, so it's harder to reach from where you lift up the board.
Gehrman will also roll up those 2 wolf pelts that he had and stash them down in there next to it, so it looks like it's just being used for general storage.
Very nice. It'll help.
Yep, there we go. Get those out of my inventory.
Okay, so I'm gonna stash, 10 of those down there.
That keeps the 5 I have just in case. I may have to barter my way into getting that information, as secretive as my friends in Waterdeep were about it. I have no idea what it even is. Never heard of it, couldn't find any information in Waterdeep of all places.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask, since Jagan was active in Neverwinter, a pretty city of crafters, would he know, possibly know, I've heard about this vaguely?
You can, roll a history check with advantage, because Neverwinter's pretty,
14.
Yeah, you would know about it. You know, you know what he's talking about, the kind of, material this is. You would know about it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Don't know anything about it. Yeah, I've heard that name before. I've heard of pretty pricey from what I already heard.
I can't say I'm too surprised. They paid quite a sizable sum in advance. Enough for me to keep my shop open for a year, even with me closing it to go looking. They really wanted this. I was not in a position to refuse.
What was that, what was the material again? I'm trying to find it in,
Charlatan.
You spell that for me?
Chardalyn.
Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, Jogan would know about it. You wouldn't know exactly, how you would go about trading for it or anything like that, but you know that is, it's around...
Now you have confirmation it exists.
Yeah. It exists, but you don't know exactly what it is, how to find it, or who would even have, an idea of how much it would cost to purchase any of it.
That's still more than what I knew before.
I mean, I could ask around.
When we get to Brinshander, I definitely will be. Oh, well. Make sure I've got everything I need. Just, Garen will get his supplies together, and, if it's too late in the day, wait for morning. If it is a good time of day for it, just, get ready to hit the road.
Okay. You guys, when do you plan on leaving? Are you going to wait for the morning to come back around and try to go out, then? Or are you just gonna leave right now?
Morning would be
Probably
perfect.
Probably best to leave when we have the most amount of daylight.
As much light as possible in these this place.
Oh, do I have to roll something to like help my two buddies learn how to use brewer supplies?
Your two little kobold friends, I'm just gonna roll a d20 for them with advantage to see how well they're doing on, because brewing isn't that difficult once you start it for them. They just have to watch it.
Yeah.
The hardest thing with brewing is patience.
Oh yeah, they both got it.
Okay. Yeah. The goal is to get them to be like self-producing, especially with the berry bush there.
They are. These two are incredibly motivated because they're like, "Ooh, you mean the funny head drink?"
Yeah, and here, to welcome you all here, I'm going to give this to Sonar, and they can, dispense out a cup for, everyone to have, once a night, and give them one of the bottles of expensive wine. It's like, and like, telepathically to Sonar is like, do not let them get drunk. Please, do not let them get drunk.
He just, like, turns and looks at you and, like, yeah. Don't worry about it. He goes, yeah, you
I've got
have
those
one.
3 bottles of expensive wine I stole, like, first session.
And you're giving it as a treat to your kobolds. That's adorable.
Yeah. It's like a welcome gift to keep them behaved.
Yeah, they're pretty interested in the brewing process, and they pay close attention because they're like, oh, we can make our own? Holy shit!
You'll find it still out in the middle of the woods somewhere.
You might.
Go looking around hard enough. There's always moonshine that's out there.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is a small town. There's like 40 stills per square inch.
We gotta keep warm somehow.
Exactly. So there's never any fruit in these places.
Okay. So you all wait until morning, and then you head out from Lonelywood once again and start on your way to Brinshander.
Yep. There's a town in between Tourmaline and there, if I recall.
It is not really in between. There is a turn on the
Fork in the road. Okay.
there's a fork in the road where you could go straight to Targos, actually, or you could following the road, but there's a place on the road where you could walk straight to Brinshander from the road. You just have to go through a bit of wilderness. So it's taking the safer route or going straight. You'd basically hit Targos before you hit Brinshander.
Garen's motivation is going to entirely depend on what the weather is like.
Okay. So, I looked for that earlier, so nothing happens as you're going, past Tourmaline again. It only takes 2 hours to get to Tourmaline, and you walk right by. But then, about midday, when you're about halfway to Targos to get to Brinshander that way, it does start to it blusters like a little bit, and then suddenly it is just white in front of you. There's nothing to see except for the blizzard that has suddenly come upon you.
And yeah, definitely wanting to take the safer route and stop somewhere warmer as soon as possible then.
Yeah, you don't muck around in a blizzard.
So there's I want you to roll a perception check for
We're
me.
talking about, right?
All of us.
Everybody roll a
Alright.
perception check for me.
Yay.
You can keep going in the blizzard, but you might lose each other if you're not careful.
+4. Why?
Can I have my familiar help me with the perception? Like, you get that 17?
Taking the aid, yes, I believe they could like point out
'Cause she's
things.
like sitting on my shoulder.
Yeah, she could point out things that she sees that you don't.
Since it's a flamboyant cuttlefish, is it standing on its tentacles like legs?
Yeah, just perched on his shoulder.
Just sitting there, slightly upright. That's great. That's a great image. Alright.
So I can't really show you where you are on the map without giving you the entire map, but you're basically in the middle of nowhere. You can't see anything in the blizzard, but Maximus and Jogan, once your familiar kind of taps you on the neck and points. And like Coal Silver, you might have gotten this if it was higher, but it's also kind of hearing based. If that means anything else to anybody else, there's like a snapping and a crunching sound. It's like somebody's chewing on ice cubes.
Hmm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Joggin will telepathically tell the group, it's like, hold up, I hear crunching ice?
And
Does
there's
it sound like a blizzard?
like you see like barely through the blizzard that there is something moving, and it's very big, but it's also white, so you can't really see what it is. It's just that there is something moving in the blizzard a good bit away from you.
Just jogging it right now.
Just Joggin and Maximus. Maximus can see it, but he can't really hear it.
It's. If I had to guess what's making this, I can't really hear the sound. If I had to guess, it's coming from any points, which isn't really helpful. That thing over there.
Imagine there's quite a bit of wind blowing anyway. That's going to create a bit more difficulty with hearing sounds anyhow.
Yeah, the wind is howling, and you missed it by 2. The perception of 17 was what was needed to hear this. There's
Oh, does it glow with detect magic? Or wait, I don't know how far that is. I think it's like 30 feet actually. Might not be close enough.
I am not sure if any of this would.
Yeah, detect magic is 30 feet.
No, it's too far away. Which is lucky. 'Cause whatever that is huge.
You just
So I guess just like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that wasn't important. Go ahead.
Jog is just telepathically like, maybe we should just hold tight and wait for it to walk past.
You think so?
Lovely.
Does it look like it's coming towards us or past us?
No, it looks like it's doing something to something on the ground. If you peer a little closer, you can see the frozen corpses of what looks like a herd of reindeer.
Oh.
I suggest we get down in stealth.
Yeah, let's hunker down. And I want to send my familiar ahead to possibly get a closer look. Viewing through it.
Kierman just has his axe out and is just shivering and looking around, using prestidigitation to warm it and kind of holding it against his body.
Cole, what the fuck did you do today?
Reaction, you get
your
to...
backstory. Your brooding image is gone.
Out of full luck, you get...
Alright, stealth with disadvantage.
Thank you.
Bountiful luck.
Stealth with disadvantage, here we go. What?
You're good.
I'm just hunkered
The
down
snow
in the
is
snow,
padding.
partially buried.
Okay.
It's like you do the Homer Simpson drift back into a snowdrift.
Yeah, I literally Homer Simpson into a snowbank. The prestidigitation on my armor melting it and allowing me to slip in.
Good lord.
Alright, this is my turn.
Okay, Maximus. Oop, that was a dexterity save.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. It would be the same thing because I've got no stealth bonus and it's with disadvantage anyway, so 14.
14. Yeah, that's still good.
Okay, not bad overall then.
Nope.
All right.
Thanks to Michelle saving my ass.
It lifts ahead whatever is eating the reindeer. It kind of lifts ahead. It goes up and up and up through the white. You can only see white, except for 2 blue spots in a reptilian face.
Oh dear.
It gazes your way, and then it either dismisses you or does not see you, and it goes back to eating reindeer. That small glimpse that you caught, if you want to, I don't think any of you would have to roll to know what a dragon looks like.
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh,
We got the. Yeah, it's like, okay, it's eating something iced, and it has a long neck. And it's reptilian.
that's a white dragon.
Yeah!
That's a white dragon.
That was large or huge?
If you peer closer, you can see that there is some sort of person sitting on the back of it, but you can't see any farther than that. And
Can I still try to send Wolficoria stealthily forward to get a better look?
if you would like to, yes. And this is not large. This is not huge. This is gargantuan.
I know who this is. I'm not gonna say who it is, though.
14 stealth is probably not enough, but she's still going forward. And she actually has keen senses, so she has advantage on perception.
Okay. Yeah, again, it's either too small or she's just whatever this dragon is doing is just more interesting than all of you.
We should sneak away.
Yeah, this perception through the blizzard, it would have been disadvantage, but you had advantage, so it just kind of evens it out. So 13. She gets close enough to see that whatever is on the back of this thing is dead. There is a corpse strapped to this thing's back.
Oh. Like, are they set up to look like they're riding, or like just mounted on it?
There is it's strapped into like a elaborate saddle, like it was put on purpose, and it's been in there. Just it died in the saddle, and the dragon just hasn't bothered to take it out.
That's actually pretty apropos for a white dragon. If it couldn't reach the rider to eat it, it would just not care and keep going.
Yeah, Jaga telepathically, as he's viewing through his familiar, is like, so there's a rider on the dragon, it's dead, but it's still just kind of there. I don't know if it's undead or just dead.
It's a dragon. How wonderful.
Bizarre.
We should move.
We're going to die here.
We should move. It has not noticed us. It does not care. We should move. It will take it a while to finish its meal.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Ophicoria pops back onto Jaga's shoulder. Just, boop. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Just sidestep around that and hope we don't get lost.
I don't know. Lost is better than Gargantuan Dragon.
Yeah. So yeah, do we have to roll anything to try and get away, or just slip away on our own quietly?
you already stealth, so I'm going to take those stealth rolls, I think. Try to find a good piece of music for this. Okay. But you do slip past it. You're going through the blizzard and everything, so you're still trying to move slowly to keep everybody together. And you believe you're past it. You're out of its range of anything that it could do to you from range. And one of you risks a glance back. I'm gonna say it's Jogan. And it's staring directly at you. It looks at you for a good 2 minutes, like making complete eye contact with you. It sees you, it knows you're there, and it goes back to its reindeer. Like, very slowly, it lowers its head back down to continue eating.
Thank God with a white dragon, they actually are more motivated by whatever's right in front of them they don't have to work for. Oh.
Okay, so, you keep walking, and the blizzard does let up in about another 2 hours, and you can go at a slightly faster pace, which I imagine you're going to do now.
Yeah. Looking up a little more often. Why did no one tell me there were dragons up here?
There are dragons everywhere.
Well, there weren't anywhere back home where I'm from.
There are, you just didn't know it.
So it let us go because it was like watching us. Like, it made eye contact. It pointedly made eye contact with me. I'm a little freaking out a little bit here, so let's get to town.
Yeah, closest town possible.
I think we were just, it had its meal and we just weren't enough. We weren't looking good enough to be second course. But let's get going before it changes that.
Yay! Yeah, all for that.
So the closest town is Targos. So if you want to slip into Targos, that's completely doable.
We started heading that way when the blizzard started picking up anyhow. So yeah, all for it.
Yeah. So you get to you come across over like a hill in the pathway that you're following because you didn't want to lose your way in the blizzard, so you ruled out going across directly to Brinshander. And you come over and see like a sort of a wooden wall encircling a town. It's not a very big town. The Tourmaline was a little bigger, but it looks like the wall actually extends out into the lake a little bit. I will move you to that map real quick when I find it. Where are you? Hello?
Are the 10 towns all on the coast of the lake?
Not all of them. Like, some of them are out a little farther into just like the plains, but Targos and let's see here. You know that Targos and Tourmaline and Lonelywood are pretty much like right on the lake, and so is Bremen, but Bremen's just kind of like on like the tiniest little tip.
Okay.
So Tourmaline is completely circled by a wall, and the gates are closed. If you want to go up to them and see if you can get in before some sort of monster comes up on your ass.
Yeah. Approaches the gate, yes.
There's one guard, like on top of the one of the guard posts, and he goes, "Hi, looking for entry to the town, are you? What's your
Very
business?
much so.
Yes.
What's your business here?"
Dragon avoidance?
What? Okay, that's a new one.
We were on our way to Brinshander and the blizzard caught us, so during the blizzard we also saw a dragon eating some reindeer, so we thought it best to come to town.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. Hold on, let me open the gate for you. And he just kind of turns, goes, "Fucking dragons? What the?" So the gate does open, like, a couple minutes later, and he goes, "Well, come on in.
You're very kind. Whew.
I'm gonna have to report a dragon, you said? Like, where was it and what was it doing?"
Ways back on the path, eating a reindeer, I believe. It's a big one, big white one.
And it had a rider.
Oh,
But the rider looked like it was dead.
I'm gonna roll something for him. Let me see if he... Oh, okay. She usually doesn't bother us, don't...
Oh, she? You know it?
I know of it. I know it's a she, and I know, it usually leaves the towns alone. I think you got lucky that it was already eating.
Yeah, it saw us. It looked right at me.
Yeah, she does that.
I'm a little, I like to find your nearest tavern.
No kidding, right? He points down the street and goes, "Right down that way, you'll get to, let me see here. The Luskan Arms down there. It's also where the town speaker lives, if you have business with him. But right down there, it's the inn, and then there's the Three Flags Sailing not too far away, and that is the tavern that you want."
Excellent. All right. Thank you very much, good sir. We'll go warm our bones and figure out where we're going from there.
Okay, and yeah, so Luskan Arms is right here. You are on the map, right? You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the map.
Sometimes fucking roll 20, you know.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh no, now we're the giants.
Giants, oh no! Oh, a giant cuttlefish, fuck!
Let's go, Zora!
I've seen this movie.
It wasn't bad!
fuck.
Yeah, so this is the inn down here, the Luskan Arms, but if you're going straight to the tavern, that one's right here, the Three Flags.
It'd say we left in the morning a little bit. It'd say like it's at least late morning now.
Yeah, it would be like late afternoon.
Could definitely stand to get something to eat, something to warm ourselves, and then we can look at getting lodgings. And then we figure out what we're doing the next day, I guess. So yeah, I say head to the tavern.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go into the tavern, and it's not the liveliest tavern you've ever been in. It looks like most of these people are fishermen, and it's hard to fish when the entire place is frozen solid.
Yeah.
So most of them are just kind of careworn and tired looking and cold, and are just kind of staring into their thin bowls of stew, just kind of despondent. But the tavern owner, or who you assume is the tavern owner, waves you in and goes, "Come on, get in out of the cold. Don't hold the door open."
Yeah. Apologies.
And she's smaller than Cole, but she's also she's kind of a plump, gray-haired old lady. She gives off very grandmother vibes. Come on, sit down. And you're off. I don't know who you are, but you're cold and you look hungry, so come on in.
Described me very well right now. Yes, thank you. Oh, he sits down and does prestidigitationing all over to get this, just watching the snow and ice melt off of his clothes.
Where did you folks come in from?
Onlywood.
Onlywood. That's a...
We were coming from Tourmaline.
Yeah, by way of it. Lonelywood's where we started out this morning, though.
It's a long way to travel. Any reason why?
We were on our way to Brinshander and got waylaid when we ran into a dragon that the gate guard said is actually an occasional sight around here.
Oh, big white one.
Yeah.
Something on her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eating a bunch of reindeer.
Oh, yeah. She probably saw you, decided it wasn't worth the effort.
Oh yeah, she saw us.
Yeah, that's a familiar story.
She looked right at me.
That's a familiar story, Hans. Come on, sit down. I'll get you some stew. It's on the house because you didn't get eaten by a dragon today, so that's something to celebrate, right?
Say no to that, kindness.
Thank you.
And she does. She bustles off and brings you all a bowl of stew. It's not the thickest stew, but it smells very good. So take what you can get.
Yep. After that experience, you could serve me pig slop and I'd still be grateful.
Luckily, we aren't that hard up yet.
There have been issues?
Oh, it's a fishing town. And she points out the window and gestures to the completely frozen bay. It's a little hard to fish right now, sweetheart.
Understandable. Seems there are issues everywhere these days. Lonelywood is having its loggers attacked by a giant moose.
Oh, you don't say. And she just kind of leans onto your table. Why don't you tell me about that? That sounds interesting.
Hey there. Gladly. And Gehrman will just start regaling the tale of the terrifying giant moose that they bravely managed to ward off and the crazy druid lady controlling it.
You you don't notice, probably not you at least, Gehrman, but the fishermen are kind of listening in and just kind of going, looking over at you oh wow, I didn't think any that's really interesting. This is the most interesting thing anybody in this tavern has heard for a long time.
They don't get out much here.
No.
I guess the dragon thing's just fucking Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, we have a somewhat benign ancient white dragon that lives nearby, but man, tell us more about your moose.
Oh, that's the most exciting thing. You guys are pretty brave to be doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. If you want a tip, if you're looking for work, I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, but I mean, you did say you're going to Brinshander, but...
Yeah, but I'm open-minded. We've done a few odd jobs here and there.
Well, there is an expedition that you might be interested in, adventuring types like you. Bunch of folks going up towards the cairn up that way for some sort of looking for something. I'm not exactly sure, but they did ask me to send people over there. Maybe if they can get a bigger crew going, they might have more luck. It sounds like they're looking for something up there in that old cairn.
Interesting.
They asking for guards?
Guards, extra hands. It sounds like they might need somebody who can fight, something like that.
Looks over at some of the others. And we could talk about it, sure. I mean,
Pretty close to what we've been doing.
yeah, we've cleared out a mine the other day. Went rather well. Got some very lovely employees out of it.
Well, I mean, if you're, trying to get to Brinshander fast, I mean, they're not going for a couple days. You could go do your business there and then come back, but they seem to be wanting to get going. You could ask about it. See? I mean, they asked me a couple days ago, so they might have left already.
We'll think. We'll definitely consider
Open-minded,
it.
for sure. Open-minded.
Okay. Well, you enjoy your stew now, and wherever you go, good luck to you. I mean, don't overdo yourselves. Like, you be careful.
And
we know how.
Stay safe.
Yeah, we're not exactly hurting for money, but looks over the others. It's a business I have in Brinshander. I've got plenty of time. Having more gold to potentially negotiate with for information might not be a bad thing. It's just...
And honestly, I'm just curious too.
Tombs tend to have interesting objects in them.
already done.
I mean, the last tomb we went to, we got a mummy and a bush.
And then we cleared out the cave and got our workforce. Who knows?
This might help if they are not swayed by gold.
Yeah. Plus, we won't be alone. There'll be other people. If they were going on their own, that means they might be able to handle themselves. Maybe we could just be a little extra protection. Sounds a little less overtly risky. Just, let's not have anyone split off by ourselves and get attacked by beaked brains.
They are strangers, though.
Yeah. But it'll be strangers to them, too.
Just saying, be careful.
Yeah. I've learned a few lessons.
Cole Silver will nod, then, ignoring the silverware completely, takes two hands to each side of the soup bowl and just brings it up and he downs it in, 3-4 chugs. And just puts it back down, licking his lips.
Do you need something to drink after that?
Of course.
Good. That's a little less frightening.
Frightened? Just looks at you funny.
I'm amazed your throat's not on fire and you're able to talk right now.
I waited for it to cool.
Fair enough, I suppose. Gehrman says, taking his tiny little spoon and just doing little baby sips.
Well, also, I should be giving you these handouts to show the heraldry of the towns you've been to.
Neat.
Boy. Aw,
This is Targos.
it's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's a boot. That's a very nice little bit of heraldry.
Was lonely what happened?
It does. Let me grab it for you. There. If I can, if Roll20 will, do that for me, that'd be great. Okay, come on, come up. There it is. Roll20 was having a fit.
Oh,
That's
it's so
a-
simple.
Interesting and kind
Right.
of weird looking.
It's supposed to be like an infinity road going in between trees,
And here
like a
is
narrow path.
tourmaline.
Now that makes sense.
It's a fish eating a gem.
Yeesh.
Yeesh. Okay.
Neat.
Alright, so you eat your stew and you get the location of where you're supposed to be going for if you want to go on this expedition. And she does remind you that it's been a couple days, so they might have already left. So if they've already left, then no big deal. You can just go right to Brinshander.
Mhm.
You're
To make sure we're all in agreement before we go and do anything, are we open-minded to going and checking that out?
I wouldn't mind checking it out.
I agree with looking.
Yeah.
All right then. In the morning, we make our way over there. Just pay for fare at the end.
well, as you head into the inn. The inn is the Luskan Arms. It's not the best inn that you've ever seen in your life. Like this house, this public house is like the oldest inn that you've ever seen. It has to be at least 200 years old. And the walls are sturdy, but the floorboards when you walk in squeal under your weight because they're rotting, and as you're walking across the floor, you can feel drafts coming up between the floorboards themselves. It's your ears lift up, Maximus, as you walk in, and the floorboards squeal underneath you, and you hear scurrying.
Oh dear.
My age-old natural nemesis.
But they have open rooms for you, like for one room for all of you. It'd be one gold a night.
Easily done. Garen will foot the bill for that.
You also learn that the speaker usually stays here in the largest guest suite that they have. It is always occupied by him, but by the time you get in, he's gone to sleep. If you wanted to speak to him, you might be able to knock on his door in the morning, but otherwise,
You can even wait for him to come down to breakfast.
Yeah, indeed. Definitely an option.
Seems like a wise course of action.
the innkeeper, who you learn his name is Owen, once you finally get him to speak to you, because he seems more depressed than anything. Like, he barely speaks to you at all. He looks like he hasn't seen, like, the sun for more time than it has been that the sun hasn't actually been rising.
Poor guy.
Hmm.
The night passes, unless there's anything you guys want to do besides go to sleep.
After all that, Garriman's pretty eager to just sleep in a warm bed.
Mm-hmm.
The beds are warm, not entirely comfortable, and again, you can hear that noise in the walls all night. But it is warm. It's one thing.
It's going to have to do.
Whoa, kitty. Don't do that. Jesus.
What the fuck?
Is she hunting rats?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, hold on. We have a rat stat. That'll hit a rat, yeah. Go ahead. She can eat a rat.
No.
Yeah, she ate a rat.
Oh, good. You
Minimal
share
damage.
senses. You share senses too, so that's fun.
You suddenly taste like fur and blood in your mouth, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh. Not what I was expecting? Okay.
It's also oddly crunchy, so
Lots of little bones.
she seems happy afterwards, which I suppose is good. So you wake up in the morning, go down for breakfast, and let me see here. There is a man sitting and eating breakfast that you did not see the other night, or last night. It is this guy.
do they look speakery?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Sitting at the table, and he's found his own rat, and he has like a little pet with him. It looks like some sort of flying snake.
Interesting.
Being from the
Adorable.
city, can I roll like to see if I've seen one of those in like a market or something before?
Sure, you can roll like a history.
History. I'm proficient with that. It's like one of the only things. All right, here we go. You got this. Nope. Wow. A hell or heaven roll.
Bountiful luck.
I mean,
Wow. You really want me to know
Being-
what this is?
being from Waterdeep, I'll just give you just normal, advantage because Waterdeep is fucking weird. So he's got. They're just some flying snakes. If you've ever seen a flying snake before, you've seen one. They're just kind of brightly colored. They're usually found in jungles. People sell them in the marketplace all the time.
Oh. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Didn't think anyone would be keeping one this far north. I'm used to seeing those in the city.
Oh,
Yes.
you've seen them
Really?
before, huh?
Yeah, and from Waterdeep, what haven't I seen?
Ah, been to Waterdeep a long time ago. What you doing all the way up here? Nothing very interesting happens up here.
Besides a rogue goddess of winter, anyway. Olaj German, I'm here in the market looking for some Chardolin to complete an order. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Chardolin. Let me see. Shit. Yeah,
Good
he
feeding.
sure fucking does. Yeah, I'd find some of that for you. I mean, I have some connections. What are you looking for some for?
A contract. Someone wants me to build a device using it. Some sort of clockwork mechanism. That's what I do for a living. I make clocks.
Oh,
Good at
clocks.
working with gearing.
You must be very clever then. Clocks are really hard to make.
They take time and patience, but small price to pay.
I'll tell you what. I'll see what we can do for you.
Greatly appreciated, sir. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Nerith. It's very nice to meet you. I am the speaker of town.
Oh, very good. We actually received word from the tavern keeper about some sort of expedition going out nearby? Wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Oh,
Me and my compatriots here are doing a bit of adventuring work on the side.
I am afraid that they have already left. They left a couple days ago, actually.
Not too surprising.
The old innkeeper told you that, or the old tavern keeper told you that, didn't she? She's a nice old lady, but sometimes she forgets that time happens.
Tell me about it.
She meant well. I mean, she wasn't sending you on a wild goose chase or nothing. She meant well. She was trying to help.
It's no real trouble anyway. We were on our way to Brinshander before all of this. We just got lost in a storm and had a close brush with a white dragon.
Oh yeah, that bitch. Yeah, we know her.
Does it have a name?
Opinions.
Does a dragon have a name?
Let me see if he knows the name. Fuck, I just left the room because of Roll20 fucking up. Come on. Stop that. 1 second. Roll20 just logged me out, so just 1 second. I gotta get back in.
It's done that to me before.
Okay, I should be back. Alright, 1 second. Oh, he doesn't know the name at all. No, I've never heard the name. I just know that it's a female dragon, and it's been here for a very long time. It hasn't ever attacked the towns, to my knowledge, so we just kind of try not to get in her way.
Yeah. Understandable.
It's usually the best course of action for dragons, to be honest, is to just stay out of their way. So you just kind of just snuck past her, or
She saw us.
Oh, we just got lucky, one of those.
She was eating something already.
You got lucky, yeah. Oh, can you open, please? Roll20. Can you stop doing this? I'm trying to open something, and it's not doing it.
Yeah, it took a while of me just having to wait for Roll20 to I guess, catch up with itself before I was able to open up my character sheets. And now the music also started a while back ago.
I might be having some problems.
Sounds like it's loading slowly.
Okay, let me...
Servers are being overwhelmed. Everyone has games on Fridays.
That's true. Okay. Alright, now it should be going. Are we good now, Roll20? Okay. Okay, we should be good.
Yay.
Okay, well... If there's anything else I can do for you, just let me know while you're in town. I do like to help out where I can.
That's greatly appreciated.
Good luck to you, whatever you're doing in Brinshander there.
Honestly, looking for the whole Charterland thing. That was my primary goal.
Well, if you don't find any there, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Much appreciated. Do you happen to know anything about what it is? I wasn't in much of a position to refuse the contract when I received it.
Let's see here. He knows what it is. He sure knows what it is. Hold on. Well,
I think it's a type of metal.
Charterland is it's a little weird. It's kind of like these black stones, kind of like brittle and glassy. They kind of turn into a powder if you hit them too hard. But they sure do absorb magic like nothing else I've ever seen.
Interesting.
It just kind of like you have one of those little stones and it'll absorb any one spell that you want that will be released once you crush it, and you don't have to even try to prepare it beforehand. It just takes it.
That does sound powerful. I wonder why they must not be easy to get.
It's
Another thing that can be used to make a spell bomb is probably tightly controlled, right?
yeah. Once you put that magic in that stone, nothing else, no other magic will do anything to it, like at all. You just have to smash it, and that spell comes out.
Interesting.
So, whatever you do, just be careful working that once you do get some, right?
Yeah. I'm quite skilled at working with strange materials, but that's definitely a new one. Your advice has been. I would definitely put that information right here. Taps on his head for safekeeping.
Yeah. Once you make that clock, it's just kind of curious. I just want to see it before you know. I know it's a commission, but if you just let me get a glimpse of it beforehand, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, certainly. Probably we're operating out of Lonelywood.
I'll see if I can make my way up there then.
Yeah, I could send a letter your way or something. Some sort of message.
I do not have a good insight, but hey, can I insight check this guy?
You sure can.
I don't know.
Nice talking shop, and he's helped him. Gehrman's buying it.
Let's see here. I know he's got stats. There they are. Oh, yeah. This guy is telling the truth, but he's
Okay.
he's a little fishy in the way that he's like interested in this. Like, he's not interested in it because he's interested in clocks. He's interested in it for like,
Yeah, Dragon's like, okay, now this guy's starting to sound like how I was when I was casing a place.
yeah, he's interested, but he might not be interested in the way that that Gehrman thinks he's interested.
Right.
But he's asked me about clocks. We're friends.
Sure
We
did.
bonded over the fact that he's been to Waterdeep. He couldn't mean badly.
There's the music. Okay, now it's playing. Just having a problem. Yep, he's genuinely interested in you, Gehrman, and your craft, but maybe not for the reason that you think.
Nonsense.
Jogan, you're watching this guy
Yeah.
because you know Gehrman isn't.
One shifty person recognizes another.
Okay. So I imagine that you guys are going to head outside now and go. Where are you guys going from here?
I'm probably going to buy a warhammer of some sort, if they have one.
Not a bad idea. Some sort of general goods or arms store.
There is a general store right over here, the Trilago.
Alright. I will buy warhammer. How much do those cost?
I need to find a chart for that. I'm pretty sure they're not that expensive.
Plus martial weapons. We could afford it pretty easily. Let
Yeah,
me see.
it's probably not.
15 gold according to the player's handbook.
Then yeah, 15 gold.
Yep, 15 gold.
And it is versatile, so you can do one-handed or two-handed.
Yep. You want a tank or you want to break face?
I probably tank. That seems to be my thing.
It doesn't matter. You can switch in the middle of a fight.
Yep, they're just
Yeah.
one or two-handed. So,
Yeah.
You walk into the shop, and there's the store's proprietor is like, he's very tall and very skinny, like almost emaciated skinny, you would say. And he's got one hand. The other one ends in a stump. He goes, what can I get for you?
Hello, I'd like to purchase a warhammer, please. If you have one.
Well, let me see if I have one in the back. I know I had some weapons stashed somewhere. Hey, got one back here left. It's not the fanciest thing I ever saw. He hefts up a warhammer. It's pretty plain. It's kind of like, it's functional, and that's the best that you could say about it.
Thank you.
Can I get anything else for you?
That's about it.
All right, that'll be 15 gold, I think, for that.
Okay. Here you are.
Oh well, not even trying to barter again. Pretty good. Been a long time since I had a customer that didn't try to swindle me out of money.
Times are hard, if you can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. It's kind of like, kind of terrible outside, and it's been terrible for a long time.
Speaking of which, I mean, if you want a little bit of haggling, how about throwing in a pair of snowshoes for me? Getting a little tiresome just wading through the snow with just a stick.
Maybe that sounds like a pretty good idea. I might take one of those too.
That was snowshoes. Yeah, let me see. I know that I have snowshoes in the back here. I just need to find out where the smaller ones are. Yeah, let's see. And he brings out 2 pairs of snowshoes that would fit the Jogan and Gearman. So here we are. These are
I'm already slow enough.
These would be about. Let's start with 1 gold if you want to be haggling with me.
I mean, I'll just take that. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the easiest sale
I
I've
got
had.
one of these and hand over one of the 1 gold tourmaline pieces.
Yeah, I trade with that too.
Okay. Well, damn.
Some shade in from tourmaline.
You've been up there in the mines, have you?
Yeah, we helped them clear out little infestations they had, he says, making air quotes.
Ah, okay. Some of them wussy miners, like, found a rat or something.
There was some giant rats, in fact.
Oh, giant
Giant
rats.
rats, kobolds, I think it was called a grell. Try to eat me. Ate some
Oh.
others, too.
That is an infestation then. God damn, okay. Well, I'm glad to see you. Since you had such a time getting here. Thank you for the purchases. Don't bring no grail here.
No intentions.
Alright, well. Either you two want, like, some snowshoes? I'm on a roll over here, so.
Yes, it sounds very useful.
Right. And for you, the big fella, does he need any?
No shoes? Yes, I'd like some.
All right. Well, 1 gold, unless you want to haggle with me.
1 gold is fine.
Joggin could probably use one of Maximus's snowshoes as a snow sled.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you want to haggle? He's looking at Cold Sore.
He looks down and he's like, okay, 1 gold. I know that's not a handful. He pulls out 1 gold.
All right. Well, this is the easiest sale I've had in months. It has been a pleasure. I don't think I've introduced myself. My name is Justin. Justin? Yeah, Justin. That is the stupidest name in this entire module.
My real name is Justin.
Justin.
This just in.
Basically, that's what it looks like. Looks like Jester, only stupider. Okay.
Justin.
My-
Master Justin. All right then. Colorful.
Yeah. Have a good day. Been a pleasure doing business with you.
You as well.
I don't know what the hell that accent was, and if you ever go back to Justin, it probably will be a different one.
Southern. I hate to tell you, that was Southern.
Okay. So you let's see. Alright, that's not gonna happen then. Okay.
Putting
you-
on his snowshoes, Garriman just kind of waddles out and is immediately, oh my god, this is so much easier.
It is noticeably easier to walk across snow now.
Why did no one tell me these existed?
As you're crunching through the snow of the town, you hear something barking behind you, and you turn, and then there's a very large, wolf-sized dog charging at you through the city streets.
Cole Silver doesn't even look impressed. He just kind of looks over and he's like, "Oh, dog."
It's it looks like it's dragging some sort of broken leather harness behind it. Like it looks like a sled dog actually that has been that has snapped its harness and run off. It runs up to you and goes straight for Coal Silver actually. Just kind of whines at you and snaps at your feet and turns in a circle.
He's gonna offer his hand before turning on Beast Speak and saying, what is wrong?"
You know, again, the dog just kind of licks your hand and is barking and whining and just kind of turns in a circle again and starts like darts one way and then comes back like he's trying to get you to follow him.
Follow the dog. Doesn't want to talk. It's fine.
Bespeak doesn't actually let the animal speak back to you.
Doesn't?
No. They understand what you're telling them. They just can't.
Right. I'm just gonna follow the dog.
Oh, we're supposed to. Oh,
Yeah, he didn't even talk. He's just like, "Oh, dog needs help. Move."
Okay. So you follow the dog, and it takes you through the city streets to sort of a modest house, and it barks and scratches at the door. And somebody inside is going, hold on, I'm coming." And the door opens, and somebody, this handsome man in his 30s opens the door with a big smile that fades when he sees Cole Silver standing there. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting somebody else." And he looks down as the dog tackles his legs and goes, how did you get my husband's dog?"
This animal came up to us on the street.
No.
He wanted us to follow it here, I think.
My husband took this dog out for some sort of, he went on a mountain climb with some adventurers. They hired him to take them up the mountain. What? How did?
The Karen?
Yes. How did you get his dog?
It ran up to us a moment ago.
Dog got us.
The equipment is, This looks over at the broken harness and everything. That doesn't bode well at all.
Gonna move to unlatch the harness.
Oh dear. This dog would not leave my husband unless there was something wrong. He raised him from a pup and is his favorite dog. Something must be wrong.
Do you know where in the mountains he went?
Some adventurers hired them to guide him up to the cairn up there. I think it's called Kelvin's Cairn, something like that.
That's what they were talking about last night?
I think so.
He's gonna look back down at the dog. Do you know the way?
The dog just kind of looks up at you and wags its tail.
Could you show us the way?
It barks and stands up. And the man says, I don't have anything to offer you, but if you could look and see if there's something that you can do. The owner of the inn is my friend if you need rooms, and I paint. I can give you some artwork. I don't have much else other than that to offer you, but my husband is all I have.
Cole's gonna glance at the others. I would like to help this person. I will probably do so even if you disagree.
Yeah, I mean, we were discussing...
We were probably going to go to the Karen anyways.
We absolutely should help him. We have no reason not to.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Nod, he's gonna glance back. Would you mind if we took this dog?
Oh no, Boy will tell you exactly where to go. He has to know where Garrett is. Yeah, yes, the dog's name is Boy. I'm not joking.
Oh,
People who wrote this really knew what they were doing.
it's fucking great.
So, I can give you some information about... I didn't meet the adventurers, but I know what his plan was. He was going to go to Carricoing, the town at the foot of the cairn, and go up the mountain from there.
So we'll either run into them on the way to the town, or we run into someone who saw them there. Good plan.
They were going to buy some climbing gear, so I would suggest if you don't have any leads, there is the Frozen Far Expeditions store in Carriconing. It's probably where they would have bought some, and they probably would have seen them before they went up. I thank you for just saying that you're going to help without me even having to pay. That's people here aren't that kind anymore.
Losing a husband is a terrible thing.
I
I'd like to make sure it is not a loss.
I hope it's not. Thank you. I'll make sure that I find something to give you that is...
It is not needed.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
Okay. Alright, so on the map here, again, that I can't show you because, well, fuck it. I'll show you. You can find maps of Icewind Dale. Actually, I'll find a map of Icewind Dale on Google and show you.
But how long of a walk is that going to be to get there? Not heard of a Kerkonic.
It shouldn't be too long if the dog returned.
Hopefully.
Jagan's actually curious if maybe the dog he'd be able to use it as like a riding hound.
It is the size of a wolf, so you are small and it is medium.
A normal person could ride that.
Alright. Okay, so we're at Targos. Brinshander, we passed by it. There's Koenig and then up to Kelvin's Cairn.
Yeah, you would be going all the way through all of these towns.
Ah, okay.
So you would be able to hit Brinshander on the way and then go up the east way and then go to Caer Dinval and Caer Koning.
Well, how do you know? We were heading to Brinshander anyway.
That
Could
won't be
potentially, if we have time to stock up and supply, I could at least ask around. I won't take a ton of time to do it, since I already kind of have a... Actually, you know what? No, I have a lead here. That's enough.
We can talk to them on the way back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, this is more important. Just, that's something to keep in mind for on the return trip.
Are you ready
Yeah,
to
because
go?
it looks like we've got to pass through Brinshander. If we're going by road, and we don't want to go through the wilderness, it looks like we have to go to Brinshander, take the east way to Caer Dinval, and then to Caer Konig.
It's quite the distance.
Do we get mounts?
Is there a way of procuring that? Like a... Looked over at the dog. You said there were sled dogs. Is there a way of procuring that here?
I do have... He did leave another sled team here, so I do have another sled, but only one. And we were the only people with sled teams in this city. You might be able to get some in Brinshander. It's a bigger city.
Yeah, best bet then. Alright, Brinshander's not that far away. Let's head there and then see about procuring that, because that is quite a long way after that. Alright, well, we'll do what we can. Be sure to... what is your husband's name?
Oh, Garrett. Garrett is his
We'll
name.
be asking about him, for sure, along the way. Hopefully they just got lost, or someone promised protection and didn't actually mean all that well or something, and we can handle that.
Did we ask this guy's name?
Yeah, he told you his name was Keegan.
Okay, sorry. I blinked on it. I was like, shit.
You have a lovely home. Be sure to keep it as full as possible.
We'll be returning shortly.
Thank you again. I can't believe that you just offered.
That surprise alone is not a good sign.
Do what we can to make sure that the worst case scenario never comes. Alright, off we go then. We're burning daylight.
Alright. And boy, show us the way.
Do we have this as the map, like, available to us in game?
You do, but it has locations of places for, like, quests, so I can't show you.
Okay. No, I mean, like, would we be able to plan out, like, expeditions using the map that you linked in chat? Because it's like, it looks like it'd be pretty short just to go back to Tourmaline and then cut across Dwarven Valley.
Yeah, you could do that. You could get a dog sled team, you're going to get a dog sled team in Tourmaline too, and just go across that way. It would not take you
Although
that
we
long.
gotta follow Boy just in case it happened on the way there.
Yeah, I don't know if Boy would be comfortable with the idea of backtracking first.
True.
Following
Okay.
the trail is probably wiser.
The issue is we got Maximus. I don't know how many dog sled teams will carry that.
Technically, he
Yeah,
would
we might
only
have
need.
to go with it.
Technically, he would only need one dog sled. Like you don't.
Medium-sized creature still.
Yep.
He's just on the upper end of it.
Like technically, Cole Silver and Gearman could take one, and Maximus could take another one, and Jogan could just ride on Boy.
Yeah. Not a bad idea, actually.
So you'd only need to buy one more dog sled team.
Alright, we will take that one off your hands for the time being. We'll be sure to bring it back in one piece.
Thank you. Yeah, they're all outside. I'll show you how to hitch them up. I'm not sure if you've ever done that before.
I can safely say I have not.
Okay, so he
No.
takes you outside and hooks up a team of dogs that I'm going to let you figure out the names for, because the module only gives one dog a name.
Boy.
Or it's a team of how many dogs?
It's a team of 4 dogs
Alright.
and 1 lead dog, so like 5.
Five dogs.
If you've ever seen a dog sled team.
Yeah.
Just call them all Boy. That won't get confusing.
Boy, 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 boy.
Boy.
I'd say this couple are not very creative. Boy.
Is your husband a god of war by any chance?
I don't think so. I mean, he's pretty good at surviving, but I don't think he is. It's out of character.
Yeah. Wait, if he was, there'd be no issue.
He was, and... Wow.
Wow. Okay. So, it sounds like you're going to go to Brinshander and go up that way, just in case.
Go to Brinshander, quickly see about renting another dog team, and then making our way. We're pretty well supplied, and with any personal business Gehrman had, he's decided can wait until our return trip.
Okay, so that's going to take you. It would take you 12 mile. So 12 miles you can go in 24 hours. You can have that time if you have dog sleds. So the short walk to Brinshander goes, you just kind of lead the dog sled team because you don't want to leave Maximus behind. So it takes you perhaps 2 hours to walk there. And it's nothing happens. There's no blizzard or anything. And you don't see another glimpse of that dragon, which you're very glad for. So you walk up to the gate of Brinshander. And let me show you.
This is
The
the closest thing to a city I've seen here.
handout for Brinshander,
Oh, yeah.
and then the map for Brinshander, which is up here. This is a fairly good-sized city, actually.
Is this a little...
It's
Could actually get lost in here.
It's actually on top of a hill. The entire top of the hill is ringed with a wooden gate with wooden walls, and there's lanterns all over the place, lighting up everything as bright as they can get it. But there are hinged gates here You're probably coming in actually from, let's see. Yeah, you would be coming in from that east gate. So you're just looking for a dog sled team in here? You're not going to be doing anything else?
Be what, like early afternoon right now?
Yes.
Then yeah, no point. We've got food, we've got supplies. Just head towards the north gate, see about asking around, renting a dog sled team, and getting that done.
Yeah. The first person that you ask about renting a dog sled team points you down here towards the south gate, where there's like some stables. You could. They call it stables, but there's not really horses. It's mostly dog sledding teams. So they're right down here by this south gate. And let me see here. Oh. And you find out that buying a dog sled team is about 50 gold.
I want for actual ownership.
Yep. You can rent a dog sled team for half of that, but if you lose the dogs, it's going to be more than buying them.
How about we... Honestly, this could save a lot on travel and supply chains. In the long run, having a dog sled team might not be a bad idea. Maybe even getting a second one on the way back.
We will need someone to manage them.
Oh, damn.
That we would. I mean, we can assign one of the kobolds to that.
Would be
Maybe
pretty
Trex.
easy.
Trex seems pretty good with animals.
I think he's the biggest, so they probably treat him better.
You can wrangle a bunch of rowdy kobolds. You could probably wrangle dogs. I say we buy one team now, and if we like how that goes, buy a second one on the way back. That way we can traverse a little easier.
Okay. So you grab the dog sled team.
I'll foot the bill for that. Take 50 gold out.
It's another 5-team dog sled, just enough to pull 2 medium-sized creatures, or
Perfect.
a couple small-sized creatures.
Alright. Gehrman bought them, so I will come up with names for these 5 good boys and girls later. It's like, I will have to meditate on this. I haven't named something in a really long time.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm gonna think about it. Alright.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to then you're going to just leave Brinshander and take off towards, let me see,
North, yeah.
head north to
I think it was to...
go past Caer Dinval and go to Caer Koning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a long trip to Caer Dinval and then a shorter trip to Caer Konig, and then from there, going around at that.
Okay. Just making sure
Do
that
we know what Dwarven Valley is?
I don't know. I don't think so. You probably heard of it by now. But yeah. So you start off from Brinshander and start out towards Caer Dinval. Are you going to stop at Caer Dinval, or are you just going to go right past it?
How long of a trip would that make it? Don't want to tire the dogs out too much.
Let me see.
Yeah, don't know if we should travel through the night either.
Yeah, any trip that you take now with the dogs is going to be completely halved. So instead of taking 9,
Because how long does it take?
instead of taking 24 hours to walk all this way from Brinshander to Cairdenval, it will only take 12. So you could make it there.
Oh, then it's probably nightfall.
Can make it there by
Yeah.
nightfall, which, hold on a second.
Oh no.
So as you're sledding and it's, the sun doesn't really set, but you can tell that it's night because the aurora borealis gets brighter
No.
as it gets slightly darker around. The aurora borealis begins to glow slightly brighter. I would like you all to make perception checks for me real quick.
Oh no. Oh no. Two.
Yeah, I'll help Max messed up with that. Awful luck.
Jeremy's too busy thinking of names for the dogs that he just bought.
It's just fair. It's serious business.
It's a very big responsibility.
Let's see here.
Ah, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
Yeah, you Maximus, you look up.
Yeah.
Something compels you to look up. And across the light of the aurora borealis, you can see two things flying across that have wings. You don't think that that's the dragon, but there's two things above you that are now coming down towards you.
Oh dear.
Jogan, you have a dark vision, don't you?
Up to 120 feet.
You have the special dark vision.
If
Yep.
if Maximus points out what he's looking at, you'd be able to see this.
Yeah, there's two things in the sky up there in the aurora borealis.
I'll look up.
You look up, and coming down towards you in a dive,
Oh shit.
Oh, great.
Scheiße.
One of my favorite monsters. I have to kill it now.
there's two of these, and they look really hungry, and they're coming directly at you. I would like you to roll initiatives, please.
Alright, we'll do.
Oh boy. And I'm riding a. Oh.
Let's put our
Dog.
dogs down somewhere, or
Yeah, just put yourselves down. Let me see here. I'll make a quick, just blank map for us to.
I mean, it's fitting with the white stuff since we're fighting in the snow. Alright, initiative.
Boop. There we go.
Wow, 19. So your name would be, what? Oh no.
They are 30 feet above you at this moment in time, but coming down
30 feet?
30 feet above you.
Feet.
And the other one. Wow, okay. Okay, good. The turn order is working.
I have a higher
Oops, I
dex
forgot.
than Maxi Boy.
And turn. Descending. Okay, so. It added the turns from last time we fought. So hold on, let me fix this. This Maximus is Jogan had 23, so I don't want to do that. Okay. That looks about right. So it's Jogan first, and then the first Periton, and then Gearman, the next Periton, and then Cole Silver and Maximus. Alright. Okay. They're coming down, Jogan.
And you said they're in 30 feet, and they're aggressively diving.
30 feet coming directly down towards you, Talons first.
Okay. He's just gonna fling his staff forward and witch bolt.
Nice.
No!
Oh, no, that's not going to hit. Sorry. They
Yeah, good.
they see you swing out your staff and something coming out, and it just dodges right out of the way. Like it does
Okay, I'm going to
does a barrel roll.
gonna make a boy go behind Maximus.
That's fair. Okay, first Periton.
Maybe a little further back.
The small target that it was going after is now behind the bigger target, so it's going to switch and go down towards Coal Silver. Can't get down all the way this turn, but it is diving directly down towards you. Yeah, it can get here. Okay. Gearman, it's your turn.
Oh boy.
Thing is coming directly down towards you.
Oh no. I just bought these dogs, and he don't have much in the way of range stuff. Okay, it is gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw because he is going to take it. I'll say he pulls a mug out of his pack and uses it for catapult.
Oh, it does not bake that at all. Jeez. It rolled a 1.
Oh. Oh, good. I'm not going to burn a level 2 spell slot. Well, no, if we're stopping for the night when we get there, why not? Let's go for it. Takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage from a mug hitting at a terminal velocity.
Jesus Christ.
Gmod Fizz Gun.
It actually just kind of banks away at that, and it looks confused if you could see its face. Like, what the fuck just hit me?
Yes, that's right. And he'll stay behind Cole Silver, just axe in hand. Just, all right. Let's try not to die or lose these dogs. All right.
Oh, it actually could get down to you this turn.
Oh no.
They fly a little faster than I thought they did. Okay, so it is. This next one sees that mug hit his friend in the face, and it's going to make a dive attack. I'm going to make it so it doesn't whisper the damn rolls, so you can see what I'm rolling. Okay, if it does hit you.
Oof.
11 will not hit you.
Thankfully, no, because that looked like it would really hurt.
Decent amount of damage, yeah.
Extra
it-
2d8 on top of whatever else.
So
So
haven't gotten a chance to rage yet, so yeah.
it swoops down and misses you with its talons and then flies away, flyby, because it has that.
course it does.
It swoops up a little bit more with the rest of its fly speed and turns back around like it's going to try again. It is your turn now, Coal Silver.
Alright. This is going to be his first rage with his new subclass, so I am going to fluff it a little hard.
Fluff it.
Alright. So he basically, he has the sword out at first, he's glaring at these damn things, and you see Cole go to shift, his claws get a little longer, ears get pointed, eyes glow, and then something strange happens. Fur begins to run down each arms, and he looks down at it, looks completely surprised, and then a grin just splits his face. Like, he's smiled at children and been, like, warm and comforting. He's never grinned before. It's just, like, pointed teeth, big, toothy grin, and he starts to cackle as a crack, and he just begins to grow taller. Just bigger and taller until he can almost, or basically look Maximus in the eye, and just face bulges out, and he becomes more wolven until he looks like a large werewolf or anthropomorphic wolf. He pauses for a minute and just looks at himself, and he's like, no, I could go home. No. Just whips out and just chucks a javelin at one of these, just as fast as possible, and it's almost too fast to see at first.
This one right in front of you, or the one that tried to get you?
Oh no, the one that tried to get him. It just okay. Eyes completely red, blazing with, barely contained fury.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
You know, in that retrospect, this answers a couple of questions, Gavin says, looking up at the now considerably bigger person he's hiding behind.
Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay. That was pretty good. Definitely hit, and it did that damage, and it's, now
all you can do well.
Your friends are looking at you like, holy shit. Okay.
Oh, his clothes are completely torn apart, by the way.
Alrighty then. Maximus?
It's okay, I'm mending.
Okay. I think he's just sort of looking at Cole a bit taken by surprise, but he sort of just shrugs it off, and he is going to attack that same Periton with a... Yeah, it's going to have to be a spiritual... He's going to spiritual weapon that Periton.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, and that's going to be, like, right here? This Periton right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to draw like I drew with Thermarn last time we played?
I got it.
Oh, I actually have an idea for this. It's a spectral blacksmith's hammer. So, like, I'm drawing it here, kind of. It's not very good. There.
That's pretty good.
But it sort of looks like it's made out of heated metal that sort of coalesces and melts into this, or solidifies into this form, and it strikes the Periton on the head, so for... 4 damage.
Hey, that's a bonus action. You still technically, if you have something ranged to hit it with, you can still attack again.
Yep.
I do, and I'm going to shoot it.
Shoot it.
Oh.
Him.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I think spiritual weapon does not...
Reaction.
Oh, there we go.
I could use my reaction.
Roll it again.
Battle for luck.
I can roll the crossbow thing again?
Yep.
Okay.
You have a halfling
Sorry,
with
I
bountiful luck.
was on another tab. I didn't see that it was a.
That's better than that one.
Yeah.
It is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, the spiritual weapon hits it, and then when you shoot with the crossbow, it just kind of misses because it's reeling from the hammer hit. Okay. Always sucks when you fucking miss with that. Okay. But we're back up to the round to Jogan.
Okay. Just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to shoot Eldritch Blast at this one, the closest one.
Okay.
But never mind.
That does
Not
not
gonna do
hit,
it.
yeah.
They're moving
Okay.
pretty fast.
My turn.
Okay. So this Spiriton went first. So it's still reeling from the cup to the face. And it's too close to do what it was going to do, so now it's just going to get closer and try to hit you with talons.
Oh, no.
22 is
Yeah,
going to hit
hit.
gold.
I'll hit. Most certainly. 4 damage.
And then it's going to try to hit you with
Yeah,
this.
Right. A multi-attack.
That also hits. Okay, 2 damage.
So now this Spiriton has landed on Cold Silver's, like, grabbed his arm and is now raking it with talons and biting him with its terrifying bird deer face.
Garmin just looks at the werewolf fighting the deer bird and is like, I have an idea for my next clock.
Alright. Okay. It is your turn now, Garmin.
Yes, it is. Okay, Looking at spacing here, I don't think I could quite... How high up is the one there on the left right now compared to the two?
It's just swooped off over the, like, top of the snow, so it's probably like 10 feet above.
Okay, let me read the range on something real quick. I might be able to hit both of them. Okay. Yeah, I could technically hit both of them if they are within 10 feet of each other.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have to try something. So, hold it in place, he shouts, and he clasps the pocket watch he has hanging around his neck. Takes a breath, eyes open, and his eyes are glowing like this bright, just shining kind of teal blue completely, and if anyone pays attention, they could see behind him, almost materializing like wings almost, except they're asymmetrical, looks like clock hands. They start ticking faster and faster, but then they just stop and freeze, and I cast, it's reflavored, Dilate Time.
Holy shit. Pop that up so I can see what it does.
Alright. That is technically the Dunamancy spell, Magnify Gravity.
Let's see.
They need to make cons.
Jeez.
For 10 force damage.
Oh, that's 1. 2.
It fails. That one passes.
Okay, so
So one takes 10 force damage, the other takes 5. And the one that fails, its speed is halved.
jeez. Okay, so this one over here suddenly starts flying slower to what it looks like to you and squeals in pain from something that suddenly just smacked it. This one, it also reels in pain, but it doesn't seem to be slower than it used to be.
Yep. Okay.
It is still trying to eat Cole's face at normal speed.
Well, Still, damage is damage. Good, I'm glad that spell worked the first time I used it.
God damn. That's a freaking nasty spell. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And you said I could use Dunamancy. I took advantage.
Well, yeah, you said I could use Dunamancy in your game, so, you know, fair's fair.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. That is... It just lasts for the one round, so until the start of my next turn... Let's see. Yeah, I think it's until the end of its next turn. So yeah, its speed is halved until after its next turn is done, which I think is literally just... Yeah, that's literally just next turn. Hey, still I did damage.
Yeah, it was good. So this guy turns, and he looks like he's flying slower, but he is going to be able to do another flyby. And he's going to try you this time, Gearman.
Of course.
Does that hit you?
Yeah, even with shield, I couldn't do anything about that.
Okay, so the dive attack. Let's see what it does. 2d8s. 11.
So it's that and the normal damage, too. Yeesh. So 8, 20... 19 points. Whew! Good thing I'm higher level. Okay, yeah, that gets him pretty good. He's too distracted concentrating on the spell and does not realize that's coming. Gets hit by the most fucking telegraphed attack ever.
I think it can't do multi-attack if it does the drive attack, so you're safe from more damage. But it now is gripping you.
Mm-hmm. Very slowly. It gradually, I'll just say for flavor, it breaks kind of almost like it's breaking concentration. It goes back to normal speed as it approaches. Okay. Ooh, that hurt me. Thank goodness. If I hadn't gone with Mountain Dwarf, I'd probably actually be down.
Yeah, now you have two of these giant deer birds flapping in both of your faces. Cold Silver? Cold Silver?
Well, as he's trying to fight the one bird, you notice the other one attack Gearman, and just what little is holding back the fury just bubbles away. And just he turns around and just swings his sword at it. And probably doesn't hit.
No, you technically
Hopefully
don't.
he's not liking us tonight.
You technically don't have flanking, so no, that does not hit. It's flailing too much, and the one on your arm just kind of yanks you off balance a little bit.
Just under his breath, he just keeps he just growls, "Too small, still so weak." He's gonna, or not, because I attacked. I have a claw attack, but it's useless.
At least it's not the nat one. I mean, if it was.
My bonus action to shift, so I get temp HP. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
That's it.
Maximus, it's your turn. I believe
All right,
you can.
You can move the spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Yep.
No, just move it. You attack with a bonus action.
How do I undo that?
Here, let me do that.
Drawing.
There you go.
And you want me to move it
Okay.
down to this guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm gonna attack with it.
let's make it. That just hits.
Yes.
Damn, fucking hell, yeah. That blow looks like it almost caved its skull in, but it's still weakly flapping at Gearman.
All right, then I'm going to shoot it.
That hits.
Nice.
Finish it.
Nice. Anything that you would done would have killed it. So you hit it with a crossbow bolt, and it goes right between its eyes, and it just kind of flops off of Gearman's arm.
Garrett's just flailing his hands back and forth, not even realizing it's dead right away. No, Scheiße! Oh. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Anything else you're gonna do, Maximus?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Jogan, it is your turn.
Okay. Same as last time. Actually, let's try this again. Which bolt?
It just misses, unfortunately.
Damn it. Jogging's not very happy right now.
It's always sucks when Witch Bolt misses. I know how that feels. Irana
Yeah,
never hits with it
yeah.
either.
You did that one
Hey,
Both
time.
my spell slot.
Every time I've used Witch Bolt, it's fucking missed as well.
It's the most painful spell to miss with.
Sucks. It's good to hit with it, though. God, that feels good. Okay, so this
It's more
Barrington...
frustrating, even with them like a natural one, because I can re-roll those.
hmm You have any bonus action you can use, or is that it?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
No.
Alright, so then this Periton is going to try to hit you again with talons.
Yay, not hit.
And one more.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good thing it didn't get that other one. So it's just the 8.
So 4. That just almost breaks my temp HP.
Lucky you, I say, with a third of my HP. From one hit.
Snapping at you.
It's hilarious.
Snapping at you, trying to get into under your flesh. It's a little frenzied now because it just saw its either friend or mate die, like, because the fucking cleric over here shot it between the eyes. So it's a little pissed now. Gearman, it is your turn. Yours is dead.
Yep. Kierman got really messed up. So he's gonna... Do you have it as an action or bonus action to drink a healing potion?
Bonus, because having an action to drink a potion is dumb.
Yes, it is. Thank you. We share that opinion. Okay. So 2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
Alright, here we go. Oh.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
It's like, just drinks it. It doesn't help that much.
So you get 4 back.
Got the flat potion.
Is it? It's stale.
Ugh.
Can't get any worse. And he runs. He's going to run. Gonna get flanking.
There we go.
And we're
Yeah, 'cause
gonna...
I don't think it can help with bountiful luck on a healing potion.
No.
He is going to booming blade with the battle axe.
Damn.
And we're gonna go two-handed. 24.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah. 8 slashing.
Okay, so...
And booming blade, if I recall, it doesn't do extra damage now until I'm like level 5. If it moves, it takes 1d8 thunder damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won't move. Okay. Yeah, it's, Booming Blade is such a weird cantrip.
It is. It gets more straightforward as you level up, funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike most things.
I think it's because they didn't want to front load so much damage, you know,
That
at
would
level
be
1.
very absurd for a thing you can have at level 1, yeah.
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 So, you see Gearman rear up and smack this thing with his battle axe, and it kind of like crackles through its feathers. So, Cole Silver, it is your turn.
Hold on, I'm not done,
You're
actually.
not done yet? Okay.
Nope. I have meta magic now.
That's right.
So we're gonna quicken the spell here. Since that was a cantrip, I can technically use a bonus action spell. I am going to point blank catapult this bad boy.
Okay.
Directly into
hand
Cole.
axe.
You're launching your fucking hand axe at it.
Yes, I'm that mad.
That's fair.
Thing
Just
cannot
about-
live.
I just
All right.
imagine he does one chop, smacks it, then the next chop, it flies out of his senses. Oh shit!
It's going to take 16 bludgeoning if it fails this save.
Oh no, it doesn't matter if it saves or not. It's going to die.
I'm not letting this thing live. Suffer not the fool.
Even if it took half damage, it would die. So, you catapult your hand axe directly into its skull, and it cracks, and it kind of like falls in two pieces. And it's dead, and at your feet. Its talons are still dug deep into your arm, Cold Silver, but it is dead.
Airman's just standing there, shoulders heaving, looking like he's hyperventilating, just covered in his own blood. like something got turned on in him a little bit. Just, is it dead?
Yes, dead. It just, as Cold Silver says, he just puts a foot on it and just yanks his arm out of its talons, and he slowly just pulls a hand up to rub his forehead before dragging it down. It's actually leaving marks as the claws lance through his face, leaving a red lines, through the white fur, or the white and silver fur, before it just seals up moments later. And that'll eat my last temp HP just for flavor.
Okay.
Airman just falls backwards into the snow and just lets the snow kind of seep into his cuts on his arms a little bit. Oh,
You look pretty hurt. I can help you.
much appreciated. A little thumb weakly rises up out of the snowbank.
Yeah, and I am going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
That potion sucked.
There you go.
Thank you. That's a little better.
Joggin sitting on Boyd looking just kind of annoyed. Nothing worked. I was completely ineffective the entire fight.
It happens. And it sucks.
Really hate when Witch Bolt fucking misses.
That was a super unfortunate, yeah.
Like, what would have happened if I just defaulted to Eldritch Blast? Okay.
It would have hit.
That's exactly, it's pure D&D right there. Of course you hit after you don't need it. I'm just going to lay here forever now.
Okay.
Yeah, we could probably take a break.
You are
Short rest.
You're pretty close to the town. You could probably get in town and
Oh, okay.
What should we do with these? Kind of want them to mount their fucking heads on a wall after that.
Well, that one doesn't have much of a head after you propelled an axe through it. That one just has an arrow. That one can be fixed up.
Good, I'll mount its ass.
I can try to
I mean,
salvage something.
the feathers will probably make some good stuff, fancy stuff. With, could Joggin try to help Cole harvest these?
yeah,
I
you
assume
can
Cole has a better survival.
give him aid. Yes.
So, Cole, when were you going to tell us that you were a werewolf?
I'm not.
Just looks at you for a second and right, and I'm not a dwarf.
He cocks an eyebrow at that and goes, "Remember when I said I don't lie? I don't lie."
Is it because of the fray nonsense you were talking about?
Yes. He looks down at himself as he's helping, he's carving it, and he just slowly shrinks down to normal Cold Silver, just in just horrendously torn up clothes. He goes, "I don't know if you noticed this or not. I got really good at acting. I'm not human."
Were you originally a wolf turned into a human?
No, you're the first person to get it on the first guess.
And he just kind of shrugs as he's helping pluck the feathers out of the page, and he's just like, I read a lot of fairy tale stuff when I was a kid in the orphanage, so there, this sounds like Fey nonsense all over it.
It is. My pack lived by a Fey land border.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
Well, that's why I don't talk about it in such detail, because people tend to get finicky about it. This is the first time I've gotten so close to being the real me, even if it's still so small and weak.
I mean, progress.
It's more progress than I've had in a number of. You're right.
Or you cut out briefly a number of what?
It's more progress than I've had in a number of years, but it's still progress. Hello?
Hello.
So you've been away from them.
Yeah.
You've been away from them for quite a while then.
Yes.
Yes, that's very unfortunate.
This is also why I don't tell people my age anymore, because they always look at me like I'm lying. It's, I'm 18.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that if I didn't know.
Shock is just like, yeah, if you told me that before I saw that whole thing, I probably would have thought, it's like, wow, someone had a rougher childhood than I did.
Animals. Or we don't age.
Yeah. That's pretty venerable for a wolf, I think. I live in a city, or I lived in a city, so.
It's very. Most don't get that old. I was quite proud. Anyways, we should get going. This is a big distraction.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed. So what'd they get from the survival rolls?
You can get anything you want from that. I think that was a pretty good roll. You could get the heads if you wanted and some feathers, and anything that Gearman wants is a spite trophy.
Definitely take the antlers from the broken-headed one.
Mm-hmm. Antlers work.
He's harvesting it. Cole goes, "Do you really want the rear?"
No, not really. Just be a reminder of the time I got fucked up.
You could probably take like the talons and stuff if you wanted, but
Not sure
Yeah,
if that-
Joggin will take a whole foot. Like one of the clawed feet, he'll take a whole one.
Definitely grab the talons if we can.
Looking at the antlers in the picture, they could probably be carved into like some pretty cool handles for weapons.
yeah, you could give those to your blacksmith and he could make some pretty rad looking swords.
I could definitely do the detailing.
That would be nice.
We'll table that discussion for later. We're all alive. We didn't lose the dogs. Which is good. I've already gotten very attached to them.
Speaking of, do anyone have a spare set of clothes?
Yeah, hold on. And he'll just start mending it as best he can.
Oh, thank you. Walking into human villages naked is what nearly got me killed my first year as this.
Yeah, old men with public indecency is a surprisingly more common problem than you think.
Oh my god. Oh shit, that took me off guard. Okay. So it is a little... It's probably like early evening when you arrive, but you do make it to Caer Dinbal. There doesn't seem to be any sort of watch or anything. You just kind of stroll into town, and it's not particularly impressive. It's pretty small, pretty basic. Doesn't seem to be anything going on here, especially now at night. But there is an inn, like when you walk first into town. And that is right here. And the handout is this.
A carp castle.
Okay. So you're gonna get into the inn, and I imagine you want to rent a room, and that's where we're going to end for the night. So been going for a good long time, and I have been up since 6:30. So
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
you get into the inn. It's like it's not actually open. It's boarded up and everything, but it does like somebody does tell you that you can use it for shelter for the night because you are, you look like you got your asses kicked, so they just kind of tell you that, yeah, you can just go in there. There's nobody in there. It's been closed for a year. There's, can use it for shelter and to sleep.
They also see us lugging the Periton head with us on the dog sled.
Yeah, they don't want to mess with that shit.
Guys living in a town half dead with the head of a aggressive psychotic predator with him. It's like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
fine.
we're just gonna leave that alone.
Perrytons are probably been harassing the town anyways.
Yeah.
If there's a bounty.
They're vicious as hell.
They are. So you do get to take a nice sleep in a not so nice shelter, but it is. You can make a fire, and it is, at least some shelter. And that is.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Cole will sleep with the dogs in a big pile.
It would be warmer that way. There are a lot of nice warm dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Joggin does have a boy.
Dog pile.
Yeah, watch out for Lug. He's got some bulk on him. He rolls around a lot.
Is one of your dogs is just a roly-poly one?
Yes.
Oh my god.
One of them's like a Saint Bernard sort of thing.
Holy shit.
A little bigger than the others. He brought a discount dog team.
I'm gonna hold you to this, see if you remember the names of your dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make you roll for your 5 dogs to see what breeds they are now, just because you said that.
Oh boy.
And that's also really fucking funny.
Which one got named Snail?
There's just a chihuahua that's just hitched up, but it doesn't actually touch the ground.
Perfect. Alright, what do I roll?
Just there's no D5, is there?
Nope, I can roll a d6 and then re-roll on a 6.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, you could type in a D5 and roll 20 and it'll count.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can. Even now they cannot die. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah.
That was just Joggin though, so.
Yeah, just roll it that way, and we'll see what you get.
How many times do I need to roll?
Just for 5 dogs.
Alright, I'll just roll.
Except for no, you only need to roll 4. Because you already said that one is a grape or a Saint Bernard.
That's a re-roll. Okay, so 2 5s, a 4, and a 2. If I do 2d8.
Oh, sure.
There we go. So 2 2s and 2 5s.
Okay. Let's see. How funny can I make this?
Is one of them just this tiny little greyhound that looks like it's going to die of the cold at any moment?
No, they're all gonna be good for the weather and just pulling the sled. But let me see what we get.
He named them all after clock parts.
Oh, he did?
Yep. Their names are Ratchet, Lug, Snail, Chime, and Click.
I didn't know lug was a clock part.
It technically is.
Okay, so dog sled breeds. There we go. Okay. One of them is copy. One of them is one of these.
Aw.
That is a Mackenzie River Husky.
Alright, I'll happily take that.
That is the 5. We'll say that's the 5 one.
So I've technically got 2 of those. I rolled 2 2s and 2 5s, so I technically only have a St. Bernard, 2 of those, and 1 of another breed.
And the other one is going to be one of these, which is called a Chinook.
Aw, I'll take it.
They're very cute.
Good lads.
These are some very nice dogs.
I was expecting to get some like of those weird hairless dogs, but sure, yeah, I'm down. These actually look functional.
Well,
Lug is just a little bigger than the others.
I found an article that told me 12 different breeds of dogs that you could use for sledding. I wanted them to be, functional but different.
Alright, so he's got 2 of each of those and a St. Bernard.
The St. Bernard is just like lug. Okay, so that's where we're gonna end this for the night, and you're all curled up in an abandoned inn again. You keep finding these, and you keep breaking in and sleeping on the floor. But
Hey guys, opportunity.
this
we should start the franchise.
this time you have dogs, and they're all very warm and very big, so you're pretty comfortable for the night. And next time we're going to head out from here and go to Kirkoning.
Good.